Yo, good morning, good morning, good morning. How's everybody doing this morning? How is everybody doing this morning? So good to see y'all, your lovely smiling faces, in my mind anyway. I see those fingers are moving. The chat is live per usual. Yo, you know what I like about that chick, yo? When that chick, yo, comes in the building, I've never tried this, but it seems like she hits the like button before she even joins the doggone stream. I'm like, yo, I got a like and no viewers. How does that work? Yo, look, shout out to you. That's why you my cousin, y'all. We family. Matter of fact, I feel like we all family. What up, D-Rob? Bruh, you enjoy them games this weekend? Oh, man. It was a wild games, man. Unexpected happenings over the weekend. Toronto Riggins, what's good? She said, good morning, motivation family. I really do appreciate you. The magic thumb. I'm gonna leave that right there. Yeah, I'm not gonna go any further with that one. But it is Monday morning. Yeah, I got the blue lights popping. You know the hardest part about moving, especially when you've been in a place for a while or a place that has a lot of storage. The house that we're in now, there's plenty of space, rooms-wise. But because there's a couple of offices here, there's not closet space in those offices. And so all the stuff that I've been dragging along for years is now just sitting in boxes on the floor looking at me like, so what you gonna do this time? What you gonna do this time, bruh? What you gonna do? How you gonna hire me this time? How you gonna hire me this time? So now I got to either figure out what to do with half of this stuff, get rid of some stuff, or whatever. Throw it all away. I don't know. But anyway, first world problems. Definitely first world problems. But yeah, so I'm thinking, because blue is my favorite color. So I'm thinking I like the blue light back there. But I still haven't, because I've been so busy doing life stuff that I haven't had a chance to really devote to setting this studio completely. But it's coming along piece by piece. I'm dropping things in there, here and there. But that's not why we're here today. I kind of feel like you guys are like family to me now. And as family should be able to talk to one another. Would y'all agree? Yeah, that magic thumb, boy, I tell you. Family should be able to talk to one another. I saw some interesting stuff yesterday. Okay, I'm having two different thoughts right now. I was with my family yesterday. My mom had Sunday dinner. You know, like soul food. My mom had Sunday dinner. And it was requested that everybody come, all of her children, everybody. What up, Health Talk? And so we're all there. So we're all at my mom's house. And it's pretty much all of her children, grandchildren, and nieces, nephews. But my mom has got to a place now where she doesn't have many siblings left. She only has one sibling left. And she had some health struggles, so she didn't make it yesterday. And as I'm sitting there, I'm with my family, and I'm looking at my, we were all watching the game. It was the early game. San Francisco-Baltimore game. The Baltimore-Kansas City game. And we were watching the game, and the game wasn't as entertaining as the second game. So I had time to have some conversations that I normally wouldn't have in depth. Because, we got those family members who are all about growth and positivity, all about, what's the next move we making, how can we collab? And then you got those other family members who saying, hey, man, let me hold a couple dollars, man. Hey, man, what you been up to, man? You looking good, bro. Hey, man, that shirt look good, bro. Let me hold that shirt, bro, when you get tired of it. We all got those maybe I'm the only one. Maybe I'm the only one that got those family members. But it's all love, though. It's all love. And I was sitting back, and I was thinking about one of the worst butt whoopings I ever received from my father. And it was because I tried to fight my cousin. Now, my cousin is about 12 years older than me. So at the time, if I was 7, 8, 9, that range, he was easily 23, 24. But there was one caveat to that. He was also on drugs. And so what he did was he would walk into our great-grandmother's house. He stopped on the front porch because she always sat on the front porch in her little swing. Oh, I didn't tell you our story time today? Okay, yeah, so let me get my story time vibes going since we're doing story time. So my grandmother would be sitting on the porch in her little swing, and at the time, she was probably 84, 85. About 84, 85. She wasn't 90 yet, but she lived to be 98. So, once you pass like 88, it's like the years start to run together. But she wasn't moving as well. And she had decided that she wasn't going to be bothered by nothing. She's the fuss at us for throwing rocks. She's the fuss at us for doing all kind of things. But at the point, she just got quiet. She would sit on the porch, and she just look and just watch. And then here comes my cousin. He said, hey, mama, how you doing? She said, I'm good, baby. I'm going to go in the house and get some water. Is that okay? She said, yeah, that's all you better get. Because she knew what was happening. She knew what he was doing. But she didn't know he had a trick up his sleeve. And so he would talk and make light with everybody, crack a few jokes, trying to show that I'm still that guy. I'm still the funny cousin you remember. I might be doing this stuff right now. It might got a hold of me, but I'm still me. And he would take his time and go around to everybody. But then he goes up to my grandmother, our great-grandmother. He asked to get some water, and she's 80, so she's not going to get up and get it for him. She said, all right, that's all you better get. He said, I promise all I'm going to get is the water. And so he goes in the house, screen door closes behind him, and then you hear click. Click. Does anybody know what that click means? When you go in the house and the screen door closes and you hear click. Yes. He locked the screen door. Sticky fingers is not, doesn't even do it justice. And he goes in and he grabs a purse. Now, I told you she's 80-something years old, so she's definitely on a fixed income. She ain't out there working no more. He takes whatever little money he can find. He goes out the back door. But guess who's at the back door waiting on him? Guess who's at the back door waiting on him? That's right. Your boy was back there waiting on him. Because I peeped this game. I saw what he was doing. I saw my grandmother get up and try to open the screen door and she couldn't. So I stopped playing football with the fellas and I ran to the back door because I know it's only one way in and there's only one way out. So I knew exactly where he was headed. So I'm at the back door, I'm standing. Door opens to the kitchen, and then there's a back room where she kept, there was a back room where she kept her little, she didn't have a washing machine, but she had a dryer and a deep freezer. She had a deep freezer and a dryer. He came onto that little back porch, and then there was another screen door. And as he began to open the screen door, I was like, bruh, what you doing? Bruh. What you doing? Bruh. What you doing? He was like, man, you better go on, bro. You better go on. I said, man, you better put my money back. You better put up money back, or we gonna get it in today. Now, mind you, I told you about my first fight, right? And how I was shook to death. I was shook. Daddy, this guy threatened me. I'm changing stories. I'm coming back, though. I was shook to death. This guy, for some reason, decided he wanted to fight me. And I've been ignoring him for a couple of weeks, but this one particular day, he got in my face. He embarrassed me in front of everybody at school. And we on the bus, and we headed to the drop-off spot where we got off the bus at. Got off the bus. Yeah, I told y'all already. The circle forms around us, and it's just me and him in this circle. And I'm sitting there, my fist balled up, but my heart was beating, boom, like Jim Carrey in The Mask. Like, do. My heart was just going. And I'm shook because I ain't never fought nobody before. Not once in my life had I had to hit somebody with my hands. Now, did I tussle with my cousins? Of course. But did I ever intentionally want to do somebody harm? No. I'm like 7, 8, 9. I'm not even 10 yet. I'm literally like third grade. Yo, Miss Annie Jane House. Hey man, culture, bruh. That's that culture. Everybody look. Don't even know Miss Annie Jane, but it sounded like she knew my grandmama's style. But anyway, so the circles form. I'm in this circle. All I hear is I feel a burst of wind come past me. Boom! This dude hits the ground. Everybody's like, oh! And I'm just like, what just happened? My cousin was like, come on! Come on, get him! So we jump on this little dude. Well, actually, he was older than both of us. He was actually kind of bullying me, to be honest. And so that was my first fight. And so now confidence is at an all-time high. Your boy is feeling himself. I'm King Kong, ain't got nothing on me. Shoot.
Am I the meanest?
Sure enough.
Am I the prettiest?
Sure enough.
This is what I was feeling.
Low down around this time.
Sure enough.
Now, keep in mind, I did not initiate the fight. I wasn't even aware of what was happening. I'm not even sure how many punches I got in. I'm not sure if it was anything worth celebrating. But all I know is that me and my cousin, we whooped this boy's butt. My cousin probably did more whooping than I did. But I was a part of it. And by extension, I handed out this butt whooping too. And so I'm the master right now because I be...
Catches bullets with his teeth?
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah, you couldn't tell me I wasn't the man. So now this fast forward now, 3 months after this, because this is summer break. This was happening during school. This is now summer break. And so now my cousin comes out this back door. So I told you I was coming back around. He come out this back door. Oh, I definitely got my jabs in. We looking eye to eye. He's towering over me because he's probably 5'11", 6 foot, easy. I think he might have been a little taller back then. I think he done shrunk a little bit now because he's like 60 something now, or just turned 60 or something like that. But I'm this little 9-year-old is looking at him like, you better put my grandma money back. He said, boy, you don't get out my face. And he laughed at me because two things is happening right now. Matter of fact, I'm gonna ask y'all, what do y'all think is going through his mind right now? Two thoughts are going through his mind. Now, we never had a conversation about this. Matter of fact, he did laugh at me one time. He said, bro, remember when you was a kid, thought you was gonna whoop me? And we laughed about it, but that was it. We haven't discussed it in this detail. We haven't discussed, but it was two thoughts going through his mind right then. Can anybody tell me one of those thoughts? What was he thinking about his little cousin, third grader, taking up for his grandma, trying to whoop him? Any thoughts? Any thoughts? Toronto Regan says he got caught and a little kid was confronting him. Oh, that definitely flashed across his mind. He thinking, dang, I'm not as smart as I thought I was. Somebody done peep game. Okay, yeah, that's close. It's close. But I'm gonna add on to your thought. I'm gonna give you credit for that one. I'm gonna add on to the thought though. His thought was, yo. With that, this ain't gonna do nothing. Just look at the he gonna be me. All right. So, all right, D-Rob, if you can, I know you on the JOB, but if you can, I'm curious. Or Health Talk, I'm curious. As a dude, what was you think his first thought would be? Either one. I hear what the ladies saying. The ladies are saying he got caught and a little kid was confronting him. This ain't gonna do nothing. This little kid think he gonna beat me. Oh, as a dude, I'm curious. I hope y'all can throw a comment in there before I say it. I hope y'all can throw a comment there before I say it. Oh man! All right, let me get my sound effect ready. His first thought was, yo, look at this, I'm proud of Lil Jamar. This is my cousin right here. Why? Because I stood on business as a child against a grown man. I stood on business. I wasn't afraid. I wasn't no punk. Remember, my confidence was super high. Super high. It's kind of the same. When your son come home and he said, hey, Pop, you remember Miss Wendy from school? Oh, yeah, your English teacher? Yeah. Lil Jody. Yeah. I don't know how to say this, but I got some cutty last night. I got some cutty last night. From Miss Wendy? Yeah, Pop. Son. And as a man, you're thinking, well, I don't know whether to high five him and say good job or be, I don't know how to feel because I'm proud of my son that he's, but but let it be my daughter. Let it be my daughter. Mr. Wilson, what? Oh, Mr. Wilson about to catch these balls and everything in the arsenal too. Mr. Wilson about to catch this work. So guys and ladies and gents, we think a little different sometimes. We do. And so my cousin done went ATL on me. That's right. Uncle George, I got some cutty last night. Ain't nobody getting no cutty but me in his house. But yeah, and so his first thought was, yo, I'm proud of this little dude, man. This boy is definitely my family. The bloodline is strong. But the second thought was probably the one that concerned him the most. what he gonna think about me after this? What is he gonna think of me after this? Because men need respect. Now, one of the cousins that I looked up to, one of the cousins that I idolized in a sense before the drugs, has now violated the family. And he's caught. So he's proud on one hand, but he also feels a little shame on the other. But them doggone drugs, man, they be calling your name. They be calling your name. And as he is trying to walk through the path through the back of the house, he's pushing me off of him. Go on, boy, go on, boy. You better go home, boy. You better go home. He's giving me all the threats that he can muster. But I am undeterred until I see my father coming around the corner and he sees that what the interaction was happening. He stops his car, gets out of his car, grabs me by the shirt and pulls me and said, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Walter, hey man, just go ahead and go." And he sent him on, and he grabbed me, put me in the car, and took me to the house. When we get in that house, I told him what happened. Man, my dad, I ain't gonna say he gave me the worst whooping I ever got, but it felt like it was the worst whooping I ever got because I was doing something that I stood on. I thought it was the right thing to do. I believed I wanted to protect my grandmother. This woman she's one of the strongest women I've ever known, but she's fragile. She's fragile. And he's taking advantage. That's not what we do. We don't abuse family. We don't hurt family. Now, let somebody mess with the family, we abuse and hurt them, but we don't abuse family. That's the code. That's how we were raised. And he's violating this code. Now, I don't really know how much damage he would have caused me. Because I didn't know him like they knew him in the streets. Had I known the type of person that they knew him to be in the streets, I would have went and sat beside my grandma and rubbed her leg and be like, "It's okay, grandma. It's okay when I grow up." Cause that dude was crazy, y'all. Yo, this dude is certifiable crazy. Oh man, and then he got the drip, bruh. It was. I get why my dad was so disappointed. My dad was so mad with me. But confidence, man. We talking about confidence. We started last week, and we're gonna really rock with it more this week. But I wanted to start this week out talking about how confidence is a beautiful thing. It is so attractive. It is so sexy. I mean, I can't think of one person, male or female, I can't think of one female that's looking for the guy who's got low self-esteem. Now, I do know some predatory dudes out there that all they want is the chick with the low self-esteem. That's all they want. It's a delicacy to him. I don't know. Dude is weird, but, I get it in a way. But, most people, we want confident people in our circle. We want confident people in our lives. We want to be confident. And so many times we try to take the confidence that we had in this thing over here and try to bring it with us there, but it don't always translate. The confidence you have in your career, the confidence that you have in your dating life, the confidence that you have in your athletic or your health fitness journey, it requires different things. Now, my confidence to challenge my cousin was high. But when I got in front of him, I realized I'm not equipped for this fight right here. Matter of fact, like I said, I'm not even sure I scratched old dude for real. I might have hit the ground more than I hit him out. My eyes are probably closed. I don't even remember. But what I know is my confidence carried me to a place that it couldn't keep me. That it couldn't keep me. And what I realized years later, I was operating in a false bravado. I was operating in that fake it till you make it. I was trying to play tough guy and had no idea I was talking to a real tough guy. Which is why he found it so amusing. Not because I was young, because he knew I wasn't about that life. He knew I didn't even know what that life was at that point. Have you ever been in a place and you got your thing down cold and somebody come in and we call them the fraudsters, the imposters. They come in trying to sell you a dream, but you already know what it is because you've done it 1,000 times. And they're trying to teach you how to do this or show you how to do that. And you just looking at them like, so you do what again now? Almost like your 2-year-old trying to show you how to make the bed. You said, okay, I see it. Yep. You have supreme confidence in it because you've done it 1,000 times. You got those 10,000 hours in. You cold with it. And this person, they just learning. And so they trying to figure it out. And so that's the space that I found myself in and didn't even realize that was the case. And so yesterday at my mom's house at this family gathering, it was definitely a bittersweet gathering for a lot of people. And there was a lot of emotions happening, mostly positive. For those of you who don't know, y'all know my mom has been kind of going through some health challenges. And so my wife has graciously okayed the transition that my mom will now be living with us. And so yesterday was her last Sunday dinner at her current house. Because we feel like, she's had a long journey. She's been it's been a 7-year battle right now with cancer. And she's been on chemo the whole time. And the toll it takes on the body. And so we want to make sure we don't know what outcomes or time frames or anything is going to be, but we want to give her a quality of life. So it'll take some of the stress off of her so she don't have to live alone and she have an accident, nobody's there, and but she still drives, she still does. She's pretty self-sufficient for the most part. But I just, want to take time to give my wife a huge shout out because it ain't easy living with a mother-in-law. Hell, it ain't easy living with a mama. So shout out to you, boo. I really appreciate you. Because as a kid, one of the things that I wanted to do was make sure my mom was good. To be able to be that son that gave to my mom more than I took. Because I saw my cousin, what he did to my grandmother. I saw other scenarios just like that. And I was determined I was not going to be a taker in life. I wanted to be a giver. And so my wife and my mom, they get along pretty good. But the biggest test is yet to come. But shout out to you, boo. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you for being my true partner, my true ride or die, through it all. But being with my family and learning these attachment styles, I was able to diagnose, wrong word, I am not a professional. I was able to understand why my cousin is the way he is. Why all of my family are the way that they are. So I'm gonna continue with story time. But I want to tell you, I'm using this as an example of how confidence is affected and how false ego and all of that combines to make for really bad results. So my cousin, when you see him, he's a big guy. He's a strong guy. Even crossing 60, he has a presence when he walk into the room. a potential apex predator has entered the building. He still has that, how the cowboys used to be on the prairie and their eyes a little squinted because of the sun and their hats and the cigar, Clint Eastwood style. When he walked to a room, he still gives that vibe. He's not to be messed with. He still gives that energy off. And most people, if given a chance, when they would talk to him, they realize this guy's super dope. He's intelligent. He could do really almost anything in life. Why is he still here after 45 years? He's still in the same place 45 years later, still on and off of drugs. He's gotten clean a couple of times, but he goes back. He's gotten married. He's got jobs. He's cleaned his life up. Then he's gone back. Why does this person keep making this thing happen? Or not making this thing happen to come back to something he know is destructive? Why? Yeah. He really is. He's that guy. I mean, I've heard stories. It's been so crazy because my mother married my father. I took my father's last name, so I don't have his last name anymore. His mother my mother and his father are brother and sister. And people will be saying, "Hey man, you heard about such and such?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, it was in the paper the other day." He'd be like, "Yeah, man, this guy, man." And he would say his name, and I'd be like, "Oh man, dang." I'm like, "Oh man." But the way these guys would be talking about it, I'm just like, yo, they have straight reverence for Cuzzo. I mean, they have straight reverence for Cuzzo because of who he is. He is literally, he is him in them streets. He is him in them streets. And whenever all the family get together, man, the stories that are told, I can't even tell. But let's just say they're fantastical, very fantastical. And I started thinking yesterday, so why is Cuzzo like this, yo? Yeah, I remember the title of the show last week. Who hurt him? Why is he that way? I want to paint a picture for you. Imagine your mom and dad being together. I'm sorry, it's gonna require a little bit more little music. Imagine your parents are together and they're happy. And then it's you and your three other siblings. You guys range from, let's say you range from age 8, 6, 4, 2. And then your mom ends up on drugs. And she leaves you with your father. They divorce after some time. Father is struggling to take care of 4 kids. Father is struggling to take care of 4 kids. But then he meets this other young lady, his dream girl. And then for some reason, she says, I can't go any further with you. I can't date you. And he's distraught. He's heartbroken. Why can't you date me? She says, because I don't want children. And you have 4. So it's not that I won't have my own, but I'm not sure if I can raise anybody else's. So my uncle, your father in this case, packs the car up, takes the kids to his grandmother's house, and drops them off. He comes a couple times a year, check in, make sure everything is okay, drop a little money off, make sure the kids have what they need for the most part, but his presence is missed. They've already lost their mom, now they lost their dad, and now they're with their grandmother. They're with their grandmother, who at this time, she's probably 60 at this point in time herself. 60 something, I would think. 3 boys, 1 girl. boys, all of them ended up with substance abuse issues, running gangs, a lot of loss, a lot of heartbreak. Because boys need their fathers. They need that masculine energy. And so they never got that from anybody, because all of his brothers all of their uncles were gone. And so they were raised by the grandmama. And grandmama couldn't keep up with them in the streets. The girl, she pulled close, and she was just a homebody, and she got a good education, and she went to a prestigious university and got a great degree and great career. But all the boys ended up with substance abuse issues and just a lot of bad stuff happening in their life. And yesterday, as I was looking at the attachment style, thinking about the attachment styles again, you know, in certain circles, people are vilified because they don't know you. They don't care to know you. They don't know your story. They don't know where you came from. And when you grow up in a family, especially when you're younger, you don't even ask why things are the way they are. You just accept them for what they are. But the more yesterday, when I was really thinking about what his attachment style would be, and he is definitely a anxious and dismissive. So he's fearful. He's a fearful avoidant. And so all the lack of attention he receives, all the lack of love, feeling unwanted, feeling rejected, he did what a lot of folk do. You run to the people that will accept you. Unfortunately for him, it was gangs, it was drug dealers, it was the street life. And there he found his validation, because he was willing to do whatever it took to keep his family whole. He was willing to do whatever it took to feel like he was special, like he belonged somewhere, because he never received that validation at home. Y'all remember the picture that I was, let's see, which one? Yeah, y'all remember that picture? This young cat looking in the mirror and seeing this lion. When we first started this show, we talked about the self-image, the self-concept, how important it was to have a positive self-image. Well, when you look in the mirror and you see a cat, you see a kitten, but you think you're a lion, how does that negatively impact you? But you know you're a lion. You know you're a lion. But you keep seeing this little kitty cat. Self-image is damaged. And so you go look for validation. Why doesn't nobody want me? Why did my dad abandon me? Why did my mom abandon me? And so that does something to you. And so now, as I'm able to see where my cousins have come from, as an adult, I understand them so much more. Unfortunately, there's still not a lot of things that I can do to help them, because it's the life they chose. It's the path they walked. It's unfortunate that they didn't have certain opportunities. They didn't get certain exposures. I can't undo any of that. And so now, all I can do is use it to inform me and the circles that I have, the network that I have, the people that I have, even when I get around them, being more empathetic and more empathetic to them. Understanding that, yes, they may have chosen a life, but they was almost steered that way by those that were supposed to love them and were responsible for them. And so the reason my cousin still lives that life, because He may not know one thing. Excuse me, he may not know a lot of things, but he knows one thing. He knows how to live on them streets. He knows how to survive in them streets. He knows, without a shadow of a doubt, that he is respected there. In most circles that he hangs around, he's appreciated, he's wanted, he's valued. But that's the only area that he has confidence in, because he's never developed anything else. But you know how to talk to girls. You know, he can pull a woman. He got the gift of gab. So now, getting off of my cousin's situation, his life, but there are millions of people around the world just like that, who has very similar stories. No matter how bad you think your story is, somebody else's story is probably worse. That's why I'm always singing the song, "No such thing as a life that's better than yours." No such thing. No such thing. Because the life that we choose, it may not be necessarily the ideal life or the life that we design, or maybe it is. Nobody can really judge it, because only we know why we're doing what we're doing. And if anything that I want you guys to take from today is, I want you to take that confidence is a very real thing, but it doesn't carry across every facet of your life. You have to develop it. I think they call it, what's the word? Efficacy? Self-efficacy. That's the beginning of it. Yeah, Monique. It's in every family. Every family. Because people have trauma, and their responses are not always positive. And hurt people. And out of shame, out of guilt, out of fear, people hide. People run away from help. They don't really say what's truly happening. They don't trust, because life has taught them that they couldn't. If you can't trust the people that brought you here, how can you trust anybody else? It has to be proven, and they got to prove that they are trustworthy. And for some people, even that's not enough. For some people, that's not enough. And so for the rest of this week, we're going to really dig into confidence. We're going to talk more about the fake it till you make it situations. Like when this person they know they're a cat, but they want to be a lion. So they say, you know what? If I put this lion's mane on, and I get these press-on claws, I'm going to be a lion. Rawr. Rawr. I'm going to be a lion. Does that make them a lion because they went and bought a lion's mane and some press-on claws? Nah. Because what's going to happen is they're going to run up against a real lion. And them doggone claws going to pop off, and that there's going to be fur all over the doggone prairie, over the pride land. You have to become. You can't fake. You can fake, but the results generally aren't real. The results generally are not real, or not the ones you want. Because a lie can get you in a door, but it's going to be hard for that lie to keep you there. Being fake can get you in a door, but the fakeness won't keep you there. You have to truly become. Confidence comes from, or expertise comes from those 10,000 hours. And because you have those 10,000 hours, that creates confidence. So we're going to talk about this week. Also, we're going to talk about the self-efficacy, and that's generally belief. That's believing. There are very few situations that don't work in my favor at this stage of my life. Because I've seen almost everything. I've experienced almost everything that I can experience. Not testing nobody. Just saying, I've seen a lot. And so when situations come, I handle them better because I believe that, one, I'm still here. And I probably should have been a couple of times, but I'm still here. And because I'm still here, because I made it through all of this other stuff happening here, happening there, that, I almost got caught up there. Whoo, buddy, I survived that. And I'm still here. And if that didn't kill me, I ain't worried about this. So I have a deep belief in myself that whatever I set my mind to, I'm going to get done. I have an undying belief in myself that I'm smart enough, I'm capable enough, and even if I'm not, I know where to go to find the resources so I can be. I believe every problem has a solution, and if I need to find it, I will. That's self-efficacy. That's that belief that no matter what comes, I'm gonna work it out, and I'm gonna do it with a smile on my face. But that also can look like cockiness. That also can look like arrogance. You know, growing up in the 90s, you know, cars ride by with the booming system, right? I'm trying to think. My first car was a 1978 Chevette. Does anybody know what that looked like? Let me Google this 1978 Chevette. Oh man, a 1978 Chevette. Yeah, let me Google this real quick. Hold on. All right, yeah. So my first car was a night. Let me see if I'm gonna see if I can find the actual car first. Let's see. It was burgundy. It had a little pinstripe down the side of that joker. And no, I don't see the exact one, so I just put this one up. How do I blow you up there, buddy? All right, it's pretty close. All right, let's go. Doo-doo-doo. Yeah, that's not what I want to see. That's what I want to see. Boom. All right. This was my first car. 1978 Chevette. Yo, Monique said, yes, dad car. It wasn't no, see, y'all be killing me with this station wagon stuff. You must know Bobby. Every old car she sees, she thinks it's a station wagon. It's a station wagon. So this was my first car basically, but it was burgundy and it had pinstripes. I guess that's pinstripe. They're like it might be some kind of actual molding though. But mine actually had pinstripes on it. It was burgundy. Now the year was 1993. So 1993 driving 1978. Yes, the Chevelle, much different car. Chevelle is a much different car, a much better car. But yeah, so that was my first whip. And so imagine, I didn't have money to put rims on it. It was an old car, so it was broke down hatchback. There you go. That's your hatchback. That's what it is, hatchback. Bobby be calling it a station wagon. And so it was in the shop all the time because it had a bad carburetor on it. And so all I can do to make that car look good was to keep it clean. So I would wax it at least once a month. The inside smelled like cherries. It was like, because had burgundy, it was burgundy on burgundy. So burgundy seeds. So I said, it's a big ass cherry. So I put cherry air fresheners in this joker. And I'm washing it up, making sure it looked good. And then I put this booming system in this joker. Because that hatchback would open, and I had two 12s back there. I had two 12s back there and a subwoofer. And when I say when that bass line would drop, the whole back end of that joke would just pop, boom. It was twerking for me back in the day. Boy, y'all killing me with this station wagon stuff, boy. I gotta think against station wagons. So maybe that's what this is. But that thing when I would hit that thing, boy, that thing would just jump and twerk, and I was confident when I pulled up because I'm like, yo, nobody's system is louder than mine. I had my FUBU jeans on. I had my Lacoste shirt with the little alligator on it, or my UNC Jordan jersey. I didn't have mine was a two-door. It was you know what? I'm about to get out the chat right now because y'all trying to upset me this morning. All right, I ain't looking over there no more. I'm turning my head right now. And I was confident. I had FUBU boots and Carl Kanai jeans. That's what it was. Had my little silver gold chain with my little medallion on it. Boy, you couldn't tell me. A boy wouldn't fly. Super confident when I stepped on the scene. And then this guy that lived a couple blocks over, his name was, I'm going to just call him Cooley. This dude, Cooley, pulled up in the Lexus with some bummy jeans on, no haircut. Oh, my haircut was fresh too? And I instantly got insecure. Instantly got insecure. Why? Because I couldn't afford a Lexus. So all I was doing was I was trying to let the booming system, the smell good, and the attire make up for the fact that I didn't have the car that I wanted. Because he had the car that I wanted. He got out looking busted. But because he pulled up in that Lexus, the girls was like, hey, Cooley. It's like, Jamon, play your music while we talk to Cooley. Oh, man. I'm playing my music while Cooley was pulling the girls, man. It was wild. It was wild. But I learned then that confidence isn't, or it shouldn't be, because of any external thing. Because somebody can always one-up you. Somebody can always get a newer model. There's always going to be younger dudes coming on the market. That chick, yo, hit it on the head. You got to make what you have work for you. And that starts here. Your head and your heart. Material things are enhancers. They're not the gift. They're just the wrapping that the gift comes in. He was a play your busted music. You got that old factory over there. I'm over here just making windows vibrate as I drive down the road, and you got that factory stuff in your Lexus. Nobody care about your little Lexus. I got the Chevette. You must didn't know about me. Oh, man. But no, confidence, man. Internal confidence. Self-efficacy. That's your overall self-concept. That matters more than anything. Anytime when I was dating, I would meet a young lady and she had on the wig, she had on the lashes, she had the excessive foundation and makeup, and she had everything, all the girls popping and sitting up, and the cheeks is clapping as they walk, you know. I kind of avoid it because I'm like, you doing too much. I mean, it looks cute in a picture. It looks good for conversation or just something to look at. But to bring into my life, that's a whole lot of insecurity I'm feeling right there. Could that be true? But imagine somebody giving you a gift at Christmas and it's wrapped in gold-crusted wrapping paper. And then you gently get the wrapping off and you open the box and it's a lump of coal in that joker. What's more important? What's in the gift or the wrapping? Monique said we used to drive everything, all old school cars. And still wheel drive. No, but y'all catch my meaning there. Y'all catch the point, what I'm saying today. Confidence comes from within. And sometimes our early traumas, sometimes the things that we endure as adults, sometimes some of our choices and decisions, they make us doubt who we are. And we lose our ability, we lose our belief in ourselves. Oh, I see. I done opened a can of worms with this old school car club, I tell you. But I love it though. So that's what we're gonna talk about pretty much the rest of the week. Confidence. How to have real confidence. Certified confidence. Certified confidence. Because life is too short to be walking around worrying about what other people saying or thinking about you. And we'll be just like those old school cars made with real stuff, real material, hard-earned stuff, a strong core belief that we are who we say we are. Oh, no, you good, sis. You good. We are who we thought we were. We are who we say we are. We're proven, we're tested. I don't have to impress you because my presence alone is enough. I ain't got to go buy a $500 Gucci belt or a $1,000 purse and ain't got $5 in my pocket or $1,000 in the purse or on my bank card. My worth internally, my self-esteem carries a higher price. I can't be bought with just simple trinkets and gifts. And whether I have on a pair of Dunks, Buster Browns, Cougars, knockoff 4-stripe shell toe Adidas, or some Louis, or some Balenciagas, it don't matter. If I drive a Honda Civic or I drive a Maybach, it don't matter. I've never really been a car guy, so I don't really care most days what I drive, but I realize it matters to people what I drive. So now I got to go buy a $80,000 car just so people can say, "Ooh, he must be professional. He must know what he's talking about." Unfortunately, that's kind of the way the world is. If you ain't driving a Cadillac as a preacher, that he must don't preach good, girl. He ain't got no Cadillac. And sometimes people need the validation more than they need the truth. But anywho, that's what this week's going to be about. Hope you guys have had a great weekend. Hope you had a good time with the family. And I pray that your day is off to a great start so you can go out, conquer the world, make the day a great day, as Health Talk says, no matter what. No matter what. It's your life for the choosing. And so I want you to choose life. And I want to help you choose that life. And I want you to be as confident as those Spartans when they asked what their profession was. But all right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to make it do what it do. Time to make them donuts. So about to be about here, but you guys be blessed. Have a great day. Tomorrow's not promised, so get the most out of this day as you can. Y'all be blessed, and we will see you tomorrow. Y'all be easy.